I'd imagine you're very keen to come and talk to us this morning because it has been, to be fair to your party, a cracking night.
Well, it's encouraging as a night, but we're certainly not complacent about it. Only a small proportion of the votes have so far been counted. And in local elections, of course, you get a much lower turnout than the general election. So it's encouraging, but it doesn't forecast what is going to happen on 8th of June. We've still got a lot of work to do there.
It's interesting, isn't it? It's rare that someone doesn't take the chance to crow the night after an election. Is that because you are actually very worried that the general election looks like a coronation? The nation's just going, ugh, the Tories are going to win it. What's the point of voting? And ultimately, it might slip from your grasp.
Well, it certainly isn't going to be a coronation. We've got to work for every single vote. We've got to get out there and explain why we need this larger working majority for Theresa May in her negotiations. But the reason we're not crowing is there's nothing yet really to crow about. Only a quarter of the votes have been counted, and as I said, the turnout is only half what you get in a general election. So it is far too early to predict, even from last night, what is going to happen by the end of today. And it's 5 more weeks till the general election. So encouraging progress, but we've still got a lot to do.
I wonder, Michael, in light of what we've seen so far, and as you've rightly pointed out, there's still a lot of results to come in, but the success you've had up till now, whether there'd be any wavering in Theresa May's position with regards to the debates coming up to the general election, because, of course, one of the ways that she's going to be able to reach all of the people that she can't possibly reach door to door, which is what she said she wants to do, is on television, in a debate, up front, across the table, from the other leaders of the parties. Is there a reason why you believe that she isn't doing it that maybe might change? Because when it seems like you have such an open goal and it seems like there is no viable opposition, it would strike all of us that it's the perfect opportunity for her to really stamp her authority across this whole debate and the whole election.
Well, there is plenty of opposition out there. You've got SNP and Lib Dems and Jeremy Corbyn's Labour Party, so there's going to be plenty of opposition. But you've seen Theresa May out there. Theresa May is not hiding. She's been up and down the country speaking at these events. Jeremy Corbyn seems to have hardly moved out of London so far. And these things aren't staged, by the way. I think you saw Tim Farron the other day being harassed by somebody who voted to leave the European Union. They're certainly not staged. She's been meeting members of the public, she's been taking questions, but she will be on television. She'll be interviewed by the, and I hope by you, she'll be interviewed by the regular interviewers when we come to these political interviews, and there'll be plenty of opportunity over the next 5 weeks for people to put their questions in and to see all of the leaders and to have them answered.
The frustration, I guess, Michael, is that being interviewed is one thing, and we certainly enjoy the opportunity to interview her, but debating is another very important thing when it comes to politics, and that's something that all of us who are going to be voting in the general election do need to see and do like to see.
Well, you see it, and you see it every week in Prime Minister's Question. She's debating with Jeremy Corbyn across the dispatch box. She's been doing that week in, week out. You
understand, though, Michael, that Prime Minister's Questions is a small moment in the political week, and it doesn't get the reach. These debates get 6, 7, 8, sometimes more million people watching. It's an incredibly important stage.
Well, I understand that, people in the media certainly would like to have these debates organised. The point I'm making is Theresa May...
That's not fair. That's not fair. You can't just blame us because we work for the television station. It's the voters.
We're quite happy to interview her.
Yeah,
it's not us.
It's the interviews work for us. It's the voters. It's the 7, the 8 million people that sit and watch. They're the ones that need to see it as well.
Well, they will see her. That's the point I'm making. She's not hiding from anywhere. She's going up and down the country every day, taking out this message that we need strong leadership to get us through these European negotiations. And she is going to be on television, and she is going to be she's meeting voters up and down the country in every part of our country.
OK, a quick word on Brexit then.
Yes.
She's talking tough, and it feels like Europe's talking tough back. Is she rubbing them up the wrong way? Because there is increasing criticism that she might be.
No, I think our partners in Europe understand this is a negotiation. There has to be an agreement. The other prime ministers understand that very well. What's happened in the last few days is you've had some Brussels bureaucrats, some Commission officials trying to interfere into the negotiations. And I think she's right to be tough in response. We need somebody to be tough. This is a very complicated negotiation that affects all of us, our businesses that trade with Europe, our future. And we need somebody to be absolutely like steel going into these negotiations, getting the best possible result for Britain. And that really is one of the issues for the 8th of June, not for these local elections. Who do you want negotiating for you, for Britain, like steel? Is it Theresa May or would it be Jeremy Corbyn? That's the issue.